Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Hydra. Welcome back to the channel for a brand new Modern Warfare video. And guys, in this video, we're going to be going over my settings. I haven't done a settings video in like 2 to 3 months now. And I actually did change up some of my settings, specifically my sensitivity. I kind of want to go over why I did that. And also just some settings for you guys if you guys are kind of new to Modern Warfare and you aren't using these already. I'm just going to be giving you guys some tips and tricks so you can go ahead and try them out. And I'm also going to have some gameplay at the end of this video. So it's going to be gameplay of the exact settings that I'm going to show you guys right now. If you guys are interested in Call of Duty content where I show you guys some banger gameplay, nuclears, tips and tricks, and much more, man, make sure that you guys hit that sub button because we are literally at this current moment less than 100 subs away from 10k, man. It's been like, holy dude, such a grind. I feel like we can for sure hit it by next weekend. So if you guys are brand new to the channel, please hit that sub button. It'd be honestly greatly appreciated. And drop a like. Let's see if we get 30 likes on today's video. We hit it in yesterday's video once again, and honestly, you guys have just been killing it. So let's see if we get 30 likes once again. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into my Modern Warfare settings, and we'll head over to my controller settings. So firstly, I just want to say that if you guys don't know already, for some reason, I actually do use a SCUF, and I use an Impact. And I've been using SCUFs since 2014, man. My first ever SCUF is somewhere around here, my Optic SCUF hybrid. I don't know where it is, but yeah, I've been using SCUFs since Advanced Warfare. So when you start using a SCUF, it's very hard to go back because you get used to the paddles. And speaking of the paddles, I only run 2. On the Impact you can use 4, but I've used 2 since 2014, and I feel like using 4, it can just get a little bit too clunky, even though it might improve my gameplay a little bit more if I got used to it. But in my personal opinion, I just don't like 4. I'm very comfortable with 2. With that being said, I have basically all of my controller like button layouts and everything on default. So my button layout is default, my stick layout is default, and my invert vertical look is default. Now some people, they have this enabled or whatever it does. I'm honestly not too sure. Some people have that on. Now my sensitivity, probably, I mean, it's not a very big change. I made a little slight change to my sensitivity. So previously I ran a 1313 and I was actually pretty nasty with it. If you guys remember, a couple of months ago, it's when Shipment came out, and essentially the 2 maps that I literally just played non-stop were Shoot House and Shipment. Very close quarters maps, very tight, like CQB gameplay. So running a very high sensitivity like that benefited me so much, because let's say, you know, the spawns are obviously so messed up. Let's say some kid spawns like, you know, to your left, right? You kill him, and then you let's say, I don't know, you have an advanced UAV up, or you just have really good map awareness. There's a kid that spawns to your right. You can flick on him very easily. You don't have to you know, time anything perfectly, because you run like a 4 or 5, which a lot of the pros use. Sometimes they use a 6. That little split second can mean living or dying off your streak. So I ran a high sensitivity at 1313 when Shoot House and Shipment were just basically the 24/7 rotation. Now that Rust is out and I'm, you know, kind of going back to playing some of the regular maps, I've realized that running a high sensitivity when it comes to using ARs and going long range, it's not the best, man. 1010 is still obviously very good when it comes to CQB gameplay, which is why I kind of just lowered it down a little bit. Not a whole lot, obviously, because that would just completely mess me up. But I can pretty much go from anywhere from a 10 to a 13 without having any trouble, really. I can vary through that. Anything below that or above that, just it kind of gets wild. That's just in my personal opinion, though. Of course, sensitivity, it's very fine-tuned to what you like. Now my ADS stuff, I didn't change that. I mean, it's just the thing with these things right here, the ADS sensitivity, aim response curve, these are all balanced between all Call of Duty. So let's say the next Call of Duty, your aim gets all messed up and you're probably like wondering why. Well, it's because you changed this stuff, because Modern Warfare has tons of options when it comes to your ADS sense, your aim response type, which a lot of people have dynamic. But if you guys want to be balanced between all Call of Duties, then just leave everything on standard and only fine-tune your sensitivity. Now, controller vibration, I have that off. I think most people are turning it off now because it can actually mess up your aim quite a bit. You might not realize that, but I used to be one of those people that played with vibration for the longest time, and then just this one time I was like, all right, you know what, I'm just gonna turn it off, get used to it for a little bit, and dude, it was so much better. I think I started doing that in BO3, if I'm correct. Yeah, definitely BO3 I stopped using vibration. Now for your aim assist, like I said, don't mess with this, man. Just leave it on standard. No point in changing it. And all of these are really just kind of on default for me, because like I said, it's literally the same thing as in every other Call of Duty. So unless you want to mess it up for past or future CODs besides this one, then I mean, you can go ahead and do that if you want to, but I just like to leave everything on default when it comes to that. Same thing with the slide behavior and everything like that. Just because I have a scuff doesn't mean that I'm going to change nothing up about that. Automatic sprint, you don't want that, man, trust me. Now that we're done with my controller settings, we're gonna move over to the general now. Since I have an Elgato, which obviously, if you guys know, I use that to capture my gameplay, it's what most YouTubers use. You can change your brightness, your saturation, everything like that through the Elgato, so I really have no reason to change my in-game brightness. Now, your film grain, you're gonna want to turn this to 0, man. Now, essentially what film grain is it's kind of like noise. If you know what noise is, it's like pixelated black and white dots. Sometimes it can be colored as well, and to be fair with you, it kind of just looks like you're watching a show on a very, very old TV, and it doesn't look good, man. That's why it's called film grain. So just turn that down all the way to 0. Tooltips, there's no point in changing it, really. I mean, I just have it enabled. Now, for some reason, man, a lot of people have subtitles on, and I really just, I mean, I don't get that, obviously, unless you have like a hearing problem. But subtitles, I just feel like it kind of just takes up like a little bit too much of your screen that you shouldn't have to use. Now, for your colorblind type, personally, I think colorblind actually looks kind of cool in this game. Even though I'm not colorblind myself, I do think that some of the colors do look pretty cool. Especially, what is this, Tritanopia, whatever it's called. But just for the sake of you guys and the thumbnails that I make, I just have it on disabled, so everything just kind of goes hand in hand. Now, motion blur, okay? If you guys have been living under a rock, you guys need to change this immediately, okay? So motion blur, when you guys have this on for both of them, it just makes everything 10 times freaking worse, man. Just turn it off. Trust me, the pictures literally show it right there. What it's like every time you move around, yeah, your gun will blur, and basically that's called motion blur. You guys do not want to have that on in all situations, dude. Just turn it off, man. I see some people's gameplays where they don't even have it turned off, man, and they're like, wait, what is motion blur? And I tell them to go through their settings, and I'm like, wait, what? I never knew that. It's ridiculous, man. That's the first thing you guys want to do when you get this game. This is kind of just like, if you're a soft player, you can turn all these off, but I mean, that's really about it. Now, I got one thing to show you guys in audio settings. Now, I'm really not too sure if home theater comes default with the game, because basically they changed the audio mixes from the beta from when the actual game came out. But if you guys remember from past Call of Duties, especially BO3, there is this very, very good audio mix called Super Crunch. Now, basically what that would do is that would let you hear footsteps and like those little fine sounds and like clutch situations. You could hear them a lot better through Super Crunch. Super Crunch is basically home theater in this game, so you guys are going to want to run the home theater audio mix. And to be honest with you, that's really about the only thing that I got to show you guys in this. I would recommend turning off the jug music, because I mean, it's just kind of annoying. And me personally, I have music volume fully off, because when I'm recording videos like this, I don't want to have the Modern Warfare music in the background, as well as, you know, whatever background song I'm using right now, I don't want to have that as well. So that's kind of just why I have it turned off in general. And for the streams and everything like that, by the way, go follow me, twitch.tv/vhydro, link down below. And yeah, guys, so that's pretty much it, man. I just kind of briefly went over my settings, give you guys some tips and tricks, you know, just let you guys know why I'm running the settings that I do. If you guys want to go ahead and try them out, make sure that you guys do so. Like I said, let's see if we can get 30 likes on today's video. That would be greatly appreciated. And with all that out of the way, man, let's hop into a little bit of gameplay of the settings that I use here in Modern Warfare. And yeah, guys, so I'll see you guys tomorrow for a brand new video. Peace out. How do we keep flipping? Why? Oh, because they're capping. Oh my god.
Ooh, I get a game. behind you looking to crop up.
Horseman 3-1 arriving on station. Friendly UAV online.
Bro, I'm literally what?
Trying to get C. Yeah, this game is so ass, and my team is so ass. Y'all niggas suck.
You're just ass at it, my guy. You should probably go to something else.
Bro, I joined middle of the game.
And you still got spawn traps.
Well, duh, nigga, I joined in the middle of the game. Y'all niggas was spawn trying to trap me before I even joined.
There's a way you can back out, you know.
Was ass. Yeah, but I'm still not gonna lose, get the loss on my stats. I joined in the game.
Yeah. You don't have to say it, buddy.